Hey guys, it's John the Fitness Gamer here again. Today I have some gameplay of the new Battlefield 4 beta that just came out on Xbox. I want to give you some of my thoughts on how I played it and what I felt after playing the beta a little bit. At first I was not the biggest fan. I played Battlefield 3 and I enjoyed it. It's, a little bit different than Call of Duty. It's not as arcadey, a little bit more realistic. Battlefield 3 I loved until the server started getting messed up. Then it was a shit show after that. So I was excited for Battlefield 4. I got a little fed up with Black Ops 2 just because it's a little repetitive after a while. But after playing Battlefield 4, at least for the beta, I wasn't the happiest with it. I thought the graphics were, no different than Battlefield 3, but again, it is a beta, so I can understand that. Not as glitchy as the Battlefield 3 beta was, which was incredibly glitchy. As far as everything new in it, with some of the levels, or the one level that you play, the entire building does collapse, which is pretty cool. After the fact, I guess they tried to do something to make it a little dusty because of the building falling, which made the graphics look even worse than they are. So I got what they're trying to do. Not the biggest fan of what it looked like after. But it was fun to play. After a good half hour into it, I did start enjoying it a little bit more. But again, it's not Call of Duty, which I'm used to. But at the same time, I'm still gonna get Battlefield 4. I'm excited for it. Excited to play online a little bit. And what else I wanted to talk about today on the fitness side is I had a question that somebody asked me. Is they have a very slow metabolism. They're a very hard gainer, meaning that when they do work out, it's harder for them to gain muscle or put size on, and what they could do to change that. And my response to that is, it is going to be more tough with somebody that is a hard gainer. I don't really like to use that term too much. If you do have a fast metabolism, it's somewhat better for you because you can stay leaner more often, and then just switching up your diet a little bit to eat more calories will put on size quicker. Somebody that like myself, I don't have a very, very fast metabolism. I'm kind of right in the middle. So things that I do eat, I will put on size quicker. But again, it's harder for me to stay lean all year round. I have to do more cardio because of that, which it's not a big deal, but I have to look into my nutrition a little bit more than somebody who is quote unquote a hard gainer. So for that question, what you would have to do is eat, and eat. We're not talking about somebody that says they eat a lot and not realizing that when I say eat a lot, I mean you're eating, 5-6 meals a day of a lot of food. Waking up in the morning, eating a cup of oatmeal, 5 or 6 eggs, some fruit if you want to, some peanut butter, something to get your metabolism going in the morning. After that, a couple hours later, 2 to 3, you are going to be eating either a red meat meal or a chicken meal, something that will be a little bit harder to digest, some fats in there, so I recommend eating something with red meat. If it be ground beef, steak if you want to spend the money for steak, something that has a little bit of fat in it. That with, say, a potato, I would recommend a sweet potato more than a white potato, but being somebody with a faster metabolism, it really wouldn't matter. After that, 2 to 3 hours after, depending on if you work out earlier or later, you could take in a protein shake if you don't want to eat actual food. With me, if I do have a shake, I'll use some kind of oatmeal in it. And I know a lot of people will, be kind of turned off by that, but it's not as bad as you think. Having a protein shake, putting half a cup of oatmeal in there, letting it get soft and kind of chewing it. Another good way to get some extra calories in with a shake. You know, you could put some peanut butter in there as well, and it actually makes it taste a little bit better. It's not just drinking a protein shake. After you work out, get in a quick shake again. A couple hours after, have another meal depending on what time it is. You can have another like a chicken meal. I wouldn't have, you know, multiple red meat meals a day, but have another chicken meal. If you want to have some white rice after you work out is great. And then following that, depending again, you know, what time you go to bed, you can have another meal or you can have another shake before you go to bed. But again, being somebody that has a faster metabolism, you don't really need to necessarily worry about taking in too many calories, especially if you want to put on size. Again, you may not be as lean because of this, but as long as you're eating clean foods, it really shouldn't matter. You're taking in a lot of calories throughout the day, but as long as you're burning them off, if you're working out, you shouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't recommend going out to McDonald's or eating ice cream or doing any of those things, even though they're good and I do splurge once in a while. I would just recommend eating clean foods, but eating a lot of them. If you find yourself still not gaining enough size, bump up your food. I know a lot of people will say, well, I can't eat that much food, or, you know, you can. After a while, your body will get used to eating food. A lot of people think they do, again, eat a lot, but they're not. Just because you can eat a pizza in one sitting doesn't mean you can eat a lot of food. I'm talking about eating, you know, 5,000-6,000 calories a day, if need be, because of your metabolism. I know a lot of bodybuilders that if you would look at their diets, you would be astonished of how many calories they're actually taking in to maintain the muscle that they have. But again, that's more or less the quick way of doing that. So again, to the person that asked the question, to gain muscle or size, if you want to just gain some kind of fat, you have to eat. You know, nutrition being number one before lifting. Anybody can go into the gym and lift for an hour or 2 hours, but if you're not eating before and after, you're never going to put on size. So, any other questions, feel free to ask me. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and especially comment. You know, I want you guys to comment and say what you guys are thinking. And if you like the videos or what games you want me to play, I always like to switch it up. And also, of course, your fitness questions. So again, I'm John the Fitness Gamer, and I am out.